Oh, well. Wonder what's on that plate.
I'm gonna undo this. Sorry, guys. I have to undo this so you can hear me. I'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
Okay.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
But I can't
You
see you.
can't see me. We're gonna get that. We're gonna change that.
Okay.
Start video. Okay. There I am. But it's not as nice. So I'm going to work it out. But I'm going to figure it out. I'm getting a new computer and we're going to figure all this out. But in the meantime, we're here and we're waiting for our participants. I have this great idea tonight where we were going to really be able to see everybody. And I tested it and it didn't work. So sorry, everybody. Technical difficulties, and we're going to just wing it. And I'm going to make sure that we're recording because, of course, I want everyone to get the video. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a long time after the holidays, and I'm so excited to get back. A lot of you have reached out to me when you found challenges at the holidays. And that's to be expected. Wherever you are, know that you are doing great. Know that you're exactly where you need to be. And it's just about getting back on track. You know the most important thing? You showed up today. You showed up today. And that is incredible because you're here, you're showing up for yourself. I know Liana, she said she had a lot of things that are going on and she might have to be cooking dinner. But you know what? The most important thing is you're here and you're working on yourself. When we stand for ourselves, that's when the magic happens. So I was going to do my favorite topic today. It's self-love. And we're going to do a little of that because I think love is the universal antidote for everything in your life. And it heals every single wound in your body and your life. And I decided, better than that, we're going to do a review of everything, modules 1 through 5. I know some of you haven't been on the calls with us for modules 1 through 5, and that's okay. You're going to get it. And then you're going to be able to retake it when we cycle through again. And that's the beauty. This program used to be a program where you had to start at the beginning and finish at the end. And now it's so much better than that because you can start wherever you are and go through it as many times as you like. So do you like the idea of a review?
Yeah.
Awesome. I see some thumbs up. Good job. So today, we're going to do a different kind of a review. We're not just going to go through the exercises that we've done. We are going to really dive in with love because you've been learning these exercises over and over, and it's been great. But we're going to dive in with love, okay? You're going to learn to do the exercises with love. Because when you do these exercises with love, it changes everything. And I mean everything. So I'd like to go around and just check in with everyone. And then we're going to do some really great things to really do some deep diving inside of yourself. Because learning to get healthy and well, we think it's external. We think because we can go outside of ourselves and learn from me, a doctor. Truthfully, it is an inner game. So you're going to learn to go inside yourself, do these exercises, and really change the game. But before we do that, I want to talk to you about beliefs. Our beliefs create our reality. Is everyone in agreement with that? What we believe is what shows up for us. And the way you know that is what you believe. Think of when you went for your last car, when you were going to buy a car, when you really, really liked a car. think of having a car, and what happened when you thought about that car? Did it show up everywhere? You saw it all over the place. It's not just that car, that they produce more of that car. It's just because you were focused on it, and what you focus on is what you attract. And that's why when you focus on healing this beautiful, amazing temple that you live in, it gets better and better. So I'm going to have you answer one question. I want you to tell me about your successes. We are going to focus on our successes, the successes that you had over the holidays. So think about that for a minute, and we're going to do this exercise. Everybody stand up. If you can, if you're driving, don't worry about it. You can do this exercise later. But if you can, stand up. And if you can't, I want you to take one arm and place it out in front of you if you're not driving, okay? And just kind of, if you're driving, follow along. So put one arm in front of you. And now take that arm and place it behind you. And go as far back as you can. Just press it back and get back as far back as you can. And notice where you stop, okay? Got it? Stay where you are and stay standing, and take a nice deep breath in and close your eyes. And visualize yourself moving your arm farther than you did when you actually did it. So try that exercise on, and then close your eyes and visualize yourself moving your arm back, but you're not actually doing it. You're just closing your eyes and you're visualizing yourself moving your arm back as far as you can get it. And really go like at least 10% farther than you went last time. Whatever that is for you, go into that and really get into that. See yourself maybe 20%, moving that arm 20% farther back, and just visualize it, okay? Visualize it, visualize it, visualize it. See yourself there. I'm gonna give you a minute with that. And now breathe in and open your eyes. And now we're going to actually do it again. So take your right arm, place it in front of you, and then move your arm back as far as you can get it. And notice if you go farther than you did the first time before you did your visualization. Does anyone want to comment on that? Karen and David?
I don't know if I went further than my visualization though.
No, you're not. You don't need to go further than your visualization. But the first time you did it, before you visualized.
Well, there wasn't a first time because I was still getting out of the chair.
Oh, okay, got it. So let's try it again.
I had to move the dog out of the way.
So take one arm, take your right arm, place it in front of you, and take it around and see how far you can get your arm.
Yeah.
Okay? Everybody got that? Perfect. Then bring your arm back and close your eyes and visualize your arm moving back at least 10% farther, maybe 20%. Just visualize that. Think about it. See yourself there. Breathe into it. See yourself moving. Simple, one arm behind. And open your eyes. And take your right arm, place it in front of you, and move your arm back as far as you can get it. And notice, did you get your arm farther?
Yes.
than you did? Yes. David says yes. Karen, do you say yes?
Yes.
Liana, did you try it? Liana, I don't know. I can't hear you. You may be on mute. Oh, you are on mute. Here, I'll unmute you.
No, I'm driving, so I can't try it.
No worries. So you're fine. What about you, Christelle? Did you try it on?
I did, yes.
And did you get farther?
I did, yes. And this is actually something we kind of do in yoga too, which is cool. So,
Oh, nice. So
yeah.
here's the deal. We create our reality. So when you see yourself, oh, Debbie's running late and Giselle is supposed to be here, but I don't know what happened to her. So I'm just going to give Debbie a little heads up that we'll see her in a minute. Perfect. Here's the deal. What happens is when we see things differently, we actually create them. And you create your reality. And anyone that's standing up, you can sit down now. But I wanted you to experience that before we go on, because we've been talking a lot about this. But in our belief system, our BS statements, our belief saboteurs, we might not believe that what we create actually creates our reality. And it is so, so true. What we focus on is what we attract. So when we go into this review, we are going to go into it with love. Everything is all about love, love, love. And Gisela, Gisela just got here and we're asking questions. We just did a great exercise, so you'll have to watch the recap. But we're going to do a review tonight all about taking the exercises with love. And we're going to set up the camera over there, but for some reason no one could hear when it was on. So I have to figure out the technical part of it, but it's going to be really fun. Everybody is going to be able to be seen with the new thing. So it's going to be awesome. So the question I want everyone to go around and answer was, what were your successes in your holiday? So who wants to start? Oh, Gisela, sure, you could start. Okay. Gisela's gonna, hey, Happy New Year.
Oh, I can't hear Karen. Are
Happy
you?
New
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So, okay, so I've let go of about 15 pounds. All my clothes are fitting. You can't really see it, or maybe just close your eyes, but everything's really like I have to wear belts and roll them up in my my clothes. So that's been awesome. The other thing, I've been doing a lot of the meditations you had me do, and I started new meditations for the new year. And so I took a part-time job during the holidays, and you know how she has us do the perfect day meditations? I was doing that and I realized, oh my God, this is so not aligned with my perfect day. So I went and I quit because it's like I realized sometimes you do things that are not aligned with what we really want in life. So I did that. The other part is I did gain a little bit. First, I lost a lot of weight. Then I would gain successes. I really realized what I shouldn't eat, especially when I go out. Like, be really real about that. Awesome. I'm done.
Listening to your body. I love it, Gisela. It's about recognizing what you need for you. And when you can do that, everything falls into place. So, who wants to go next?
Go ahead.
And you just know, everyone, that you will have an opportunity to talk about your challenges at the end of tonight. So I just really want to focus on our successes first, because when we remember what we focus on is what we attract. So Karen, great.
I had a weird phenomenon over the holidays. I had all of my clothes were stretched out by the washing machine.
By the washing machine, yay!
And I think, we really have to get it looked at, get it fixed, get a repair guy, because I'm losing my entire wardrobe, which is, quite a lot of cambio there in the old wardrobe. And, but
stop you for a minute? I don't want to interrupt, but as we release weight or let go of weight, I recommend you not go out and buy a ton of new clothes. Get rid of the old ones, but get safety pins.
I agree with her.
Safety pins. This is Chana. I want to show everyone what we're eating tonight. You'll get the
Ooh,
Lower there.
This is Chana
oh,
masala,
lucky dogs, you.
and this is a black
Oh my God,
rice,
that looks-
forbidden rice with a salad base. Instead of a lot of rice, we're putting more greens in it. We got to get greens in everything. And then we're gonna, I made you all a vegetable soup. So it's really delicious. And, hand that to me. So I made I'm gonna have the recipe for this. This is a sauce. It's a sweet potato sauce. That's it better not sweet potato. They're all the same. I mean, to me, they're all the same. But this can go on anything you're eating tonight. So it's really delicious. And then I made some lemon bars, but this is vegetable soup.
So good, Kathy. Catherine, that looks so good.
A challenge to all of you is to make the vegetable soup. And after you've made the vegetable soup, oh yeah, can you see this? Wait, let me just show it to you. Oh, see the camera's right here. So anyway, you'll see the picture. Oh, there it is. I'll take some pictures and you'll see it. It's okay.
You guys see the
That looks amazing.
Well, that'll last a day or two.
Yeah.
For all of you is to eat at least a cup, maybe 3 cups of this soup a day this week. It's going to change your life. I've been eating it and oh my gosh, everything's flying out of me. The more vegetables you get. What, Karen?
I just wanted to tell you guys the 2 successes.
Yeah, please tell us your successes.
One, I've had anxiety and dizziness going over bridges, like large overpasses. Yesterday, we drove out to Rancho Cucamonga, which is down here in Southern California, and we go over this one overpass, and nothing. I was so preoccupied with other things, and I was so like engaged in feeling fine that I had. Nice to see you, Debbie.
You too.
Hey, nice to see you. Glad you're here. And I had no anxiety whatsoever. I had no trepidation, and I think things are resetting themselves in my body. Like, I don't know how, but they are. So, but also I made a discovery, and it's probably not a discovery to you, Catherine, but I made a discovery. I was making a salad, or David made a salad, and I wanted to put a dressing on it without having the added oils. I know oils are fine, but I tend to overdo the oils. So I mulched up in the NutriBullet some celery and some other vegetable. What was it? Some other vegetable.
Apple.
Was it apple and celery?
And
And I threw that on top of the salad with some vinegar or whatever, and lemon juice and vinegar, and it made the most wonderful salad dressing. It adds so much moisture,
homemade organic.
and it was delicious.
Beautiful. That is so good. What great successes. And the fact that your washing machine is actually taking your clothes and just tearing them up so they're so loose. I mean, so great successes. Hey, Christelle, tell us what happened to you over the holidays.
Well, I kind of come from the different side of this, right? So
Right.
I know you want to focus on the successes of this. So the success is that I've been gaining weight. I'm up to 113 pounds.
Yay.
Fabulous.
Yay.
Well, I
Tell us
thank
more.
you for that, but
Mhm.
the mental torture that is accompanying that weight gain is been
Oh.
really hard. So that's it's been very, very difficult because I don't see it as a positive, or the disease part of me does not see it as a positive. So it's been very difficult. The success, though, I want to focus back on the success. The success, though, is that even though I've been in so much mental torture and anguish every day, I'm still eating and I'm still gaining the weight. That's the success.
That
At
is
the end of
so
the day,
beautiful.
I'm still doing the next right thing. I'm just saying that it's been really challenging to do it.
I bet it's been really
difficult.
challenging. What if it were easy? And what if this just felt normal and natural?
I want to get there. I feel like I need a lobotomy to get there.
Lobotomy. So I would like to develop an affirmation around gaining weight is something to be feared, to be dreaded, but more about how beautiful you are and how amazing you are, and that you're wonderful no matter what size you are. I have these little stickers that I'm going to send out to those of you on the phone. You can see them. You are beautiful. And David, I know it's not a masculine pronoun, but it's amazing. This is something I do in the mirror every single morning. I have stickers on my mirrors, and I have a cup that I use several times a day for my tea. Hello, beautiful. We have to tell ourselves that we're great because, like I said, it's an inner game. So, Christelle, what is something you could tell yourself? And I don't mean once, I don't mean twice, I don't mean 3 times a day. I mean 500 times a day. And breathe that statement into your body and really tell yourself that this is okay. Because yes, the mental challenges sabotage us. So we have to block them. Is there an affirmation that you could tell yourself?
Do I have to believe it?
No, not at all. What happens in our brain is when we keep telling ourselves something that you don't feel is true, but it's not like sometimes when we say it wimpy or we say it first thing in the morning in the mirror, and then we go on and we would have our sabotaging beliefs all throughout the day. And that doesn't work. It's all through the day and it's embodying. And we're going to embody those affirmations with some of the exercises that we're doing today. So, well, let's let Christelle put her own words to it because it has to be your own words. Anything that's coming to mind?
Honestly, no. I mean, I'm in such a dark place with the weight gain right now.
So would you feel good if the wonderful participants around you, your fellow classmates, helped you with this and thought of
I would really appreciate that. Yeah.
So Gisela, why don't you go for it?
My body supports being healthy and alive.
Ooh, as for longevity, as opposed to weight or anything like that. Christelle, how does that feel for my body?
You know what? I'm so sorry. I can't hear. Giselle. I'm so sorry.
There you go. Now you'll be. She said, my body supports me wonderfully for longevity. So it's about long life as opposed to, and I would add to that, healthy well-being, I would say I am living in an amazing body that feels fabulous no matter what weight it's in, and I'm living a long, happy, and healthy life. How does that sound? Oh, David has his hand up. David, why don't you help us?
My improving body is lifting me out of this darkness.
Oh my goodness, that is juicy. My improving body is lifting. Write that one down, Christelle.
I'm writing it down right now.
Everybody write it down. My improving body is lifting me out of this darkness.
I love that. Thank you. I just wrote that down. Thank you, David.
That is so
And
good.
the other thing I want to say,
Uh-huh.
the other thing I just want to mention real quick that I've been doing that's been new for me because I actually have some energy is I've been walking and running a little bit each day. Like every day for an hour, I go walking with weights and I do a little bit of running, and I've been doing yoga 4 times a week.
Wow.
And that's been really great.
That's incredible. Yeah, it's about what we tell ourselves. And the two of you missed our exercise. Well, we can do it after. It just proves that what we believe creates our reality. So, Liana, do you have some success stories to share with us? I know you're on mute, so we'll give you a minute. I don't know if she's still driving. That's okay. We'll let Debbie talk. And Liana, if you can talk, you can come off mute. If not, everyone will hear from you. I know you have to check out because you have your daughter.
Hi guys. I will tell you that Catherine checked in with me one time over the break. And I had a really, really good month. I felt really good. I was making lots of different choices. The family was loving everything I was cooking. But I was generally just eating a lot. But I was very graceful with myself. But then after it kind of all toned down, I was a little hard on myself, and I was talking to Catherine one day. And she was saying, you know, what would happen if you told yourself 100 times today that your body, you know, is a beautiful temple? And I was like, that would be life-changing. If I told myself something 100 times in a day. And so it was making me think about what we were just talking to Crystal about was, I didn't believe it for the first 50 times. But then I said something at dinner. My daughter has struggled with a eating disorder. And I said something at dinner, and I'm all, girl, you are a beautiful temple. And she was like, I love that, Mom. And so it's funny that I started to get that into my mind, and then I passed it on to my child, but it was more like I had that in my mind. So it was like, I do realize the repetitions of like the Louise Hay meditations and the putting stuff around your house. And I just put my "You Are Beautiful" on my water mug. And so I have really been feeling the meditation a lot. And so even if my weight releases or it accepts a little bit more, I do see that my body allows me to do what I need to do. So yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Your body allows you to do what you tell your body it can do.
Yeah.
It's not what we need to do, because I would love to say our body does. So I mean, I say my affirmations when I'm making food. I say my affirmations when I'm washing dishes. I say my affirmations in the car when I'm driving, instead of news, weather, and sports. And sometimes I have them on my phone, so I play them over and over and over and over again ad nauseum.
Right.
And I have to change them out because I get tired of them. And my limiting brain goes, yeah, right. And eventually they become true. So it's called fake it till you make it. Crystal asked, do I need to believe this?
Yeah.
No, you don't. You don't. It's about faking it till you make it. So Liana, I know you're driving and you're in listen mode, so we're good with that. Thank you everyone for sharing. Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So big.
The rest of us can't hear.
Is that still the bull? I don't know what's going on. She said that, okay.
So we went to 2 holiday parties, and I normally just run into my closet and put a dress on. So I put on the first dress, and it came down to like further than my knees. It looked like I was wearing my mom's clothes. And then I'm like, okay, so I got another dress. And then the second party, I go, oh, I have the black dress, same thing. So it was really interesting how, and then the clothes that I wound up wearing are clothes that I bought that were really tight on me. Like I was like, like a Mexican tamale in a small, corn thing when I first bought it. And those were the dresses I wound up wearing. No, these fit me now. Fit. The other ones, no, I gotta use
Yeah.
every.
So that takes me back to when I released a whole lot of weight. And I know I just wear yoga clothes, so it doesn't really matter. But I took all my clothes that I loved to the alterations, and I didn't keep anything in my closet that was too big, because it's a mental thing that you don't need to get back in those sizes. We want to hold on to these, but why? Why? Yeah. Or for Christelle, if something's too small.
Catherine,
Yes, Karen?
can I share something? A small. We went out to dinner with a nephew of mine, and he told me something very sad at Christmas, that his whole family gave him, they all got 3 bottles of Patron, and then they started yelling at each other. Anyway, they told him, "None of us love you."
Okay.
And he's a grown man, okay? He's a grown man. So I thought, how difficult and awful to get that message from your entire family, whether they're drunk or sober, to get that message and take it in a state where you're down, and have someone who you love giving you that message is eminently dangerous.
Well, it is.
But I thought to myself, I thought, the message that I need to give messages to myself that are like I was a child, like I was little Karen. And how am I going to treat my own child, my own flesh and blood, to raise her to know that she is a valuable individual and a valuable part of society and a valuable, loved child? I'm going to tell her all the things that are loving and wonderful.
Well, I love that. And here's the deal. When you tell yourself that you love yourself, it not only goes inside and makes you feel good, it also goes out to the world. I know we all complain about our political, no matter what side of the politics you're on, or your local government, or just people in general, bad drivers. And no, in order to heal the planet, we have to heal ourselves first. It's an inner game. And so that's beautiful. And I know the kid you're referring to. And, it's the more you love yourself, the more you can give him exactly what he needs. It's not about stuff. It's about giving him love. And the only way we can give someone love, real, true love, is if we actually love our beautiful bodies. And did anyone happen to listen to the recording that I sent to everybody by Louise Hay, 101 Power Thoughts? Debbie listened to it. Did you like it? She's incredible. So Louise Hay is my mentor when I was not at one of the worst points in my life. And when I was being highly criticized, I discovered Louise Hay. She wrote a book, it's called You Can Heal Your Life. And I engrossed myself in it. I listened and read it every single day. And it's changed my life. And now, 30 years later, I still live with this woman. I mean, I listen to her videos all the time. So if you haven't listened to it, listen to it again. Christelle?
Yes.
Well, you know Louise Hay, Christelle, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, remember when we cycled around, this was the second time you sent out the Power Thoughts.
Yeah.
You sent it out a while ago, and I love it. I mean, I'll
so
play that
good.
when I'm in the bath. And I have her body, I have her book where you can look up what symptom you have, and she'll tell you what the emotional thing is behind it.
Don't you love that? And then she'll give you a mantra.
Yeah, and I really like that because it really does let you dig deep into what's going on internally, like what we're talking about now, what's going on inside that is manifesting in this physical symptom.
So I have to share something with you. I was having some stuff going on with my pancreas, and it wasn't, you guys know how clean I eat. It wasn't about me eating lots and lots of sugar. It was about emotional stuff and fears and all kinds of stuff. And I went to the acupuncturist because I was getting these big bags under my eyes, and that's pancreas, kidney and pancreas. I read faces. So I just happened to look up in that book, and it said the pancreas is all about the sweetness in life. And the mantra, you guys are gonna love this, life is sweet. So what have I been saying 400 times a day? Life is sweet. And ironically, it's the name of my favorite gluten-free bakery, where, by the way, I don't eat the treats. I have avocado toast there once a week. So, yeah. So we're gonna do an exercise. I really wanna stress about your play work. I know everybody wants to eat really healthy, and that's so important, but your play work is paramount. And when I've asked all of you about your successes, I didn't hear one thing about play work. So you said meditation.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What are the symptoms?
So Karen,
What are the symptoms of your pancreas acting up?
well, it's that I wasn't getting enough sweetness in my life. So it was about working too hard, okay? I'm a workaholic. But we can talk offline with this.
Oh, okay. What are the physical symptoms? That's what I'm curious about.
Okay, we'll talk offline because I don't think anybody else has that. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll talk offline because we have a lot to cover tonight, and it's all about play work. Play work. Do you like the chana masala? Isn't it good? And have you ever had it on lettuce?
No.
I know. It's so good. We can put this stuff on vegetables. And the challenge is to eat 4 to 5 cups of vegetable soup.
This is the bomb.
Isn't it good? Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? But you know, you need a little,
I
right?
feel like the crunchy is like.
Oh, I forgot to give you the recipe, but I will. It's just about, I just mixed it with coconut oil. So I get the black rice, I cook it, I mix it with coconut oil, and it goes on parchment lined sheets, and I bake it for about 20 minutes, and it gets crunchy. It's just delicious. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do a meditation, and this is one you haven't done before. It's part of the energy codes, which I love, and I hope you guys have been doing mortar marches over the break, because the mortar marches, well, we're going to do it tonight, okay? So, and that's why we're reviewing. Don't you think a review is a great idea?
I love a review.
Okay, so, but remember, we're not doing these the same way we learned them the first time. We are doing these with massive, and I mean massive, enormous amounts of love. And it's not love like, honey, I love you. Honey, I love you. No, it's, I love me. I love me. I really, really love me. So everyone sit up straight and tall. And you don't have to stand up. You can just sit in your seat. And this is called drop in, drop through. And I'm going to go over it with you. So close your eyes and just get yourself in a position where you're feeling relaxed, but you're also sitting up straight and tall. You're in your channel. And let me remind you about this, the channel breath. We have the 4 anchor points. So you're going to lock Mula Bandha. Mula Bandha is your root lock. So just pull like you're doing a Kegel exercise. And for you, David, just tighten up the groin area. The butt, the groin area. And imagine that you have balloons, helium balloons that are floating up, pulling that area up. So you're tilting your pelvis just a little bit. Close your eyes, and your second lock is right in between your breasts. So imagine you're doing a push-up. Pull your shoulders back and tighten that spot right between your breasts. That's your heart lock. And then you have your neck lock. So imagine you're just pulling your chin back, tightening everything in your chin. And then your third eye point. Imagine you're just looking up, closing your eyes, and looking up right at the third eye point. These are your channel locks. Tighten them just for grins and giggles. Tighten them really, really tight. No, all together, all together. Tighten them. Now release by half and release by a quarter. So just kind of keep them loose, okay? But you want to stay here. You are anchored in your body. You're centered. You're grounded in your body. And now start breathing in that central channel. Open up the blocks that are in that central channel and notice the energy all around your head, in your shoulders. Just feel how pronounced the energy in your head and your shoulders is as compared to the energy in the rest of your body. Where is your energy centering? And keep breathing that central channel. Just that it's an extra weight. Notice that your attention goes to that area more than you're paying attention to your body. You want to really get that breath all the way down the central channel to really open up the channel and heal. Get that energy in all of your cells. Drop all the tension that you can. Drop it all at once. Keep breathing. Drop it into the center of your head and take deep breaths. Drop it in the center of your body. Let go of everything in the upper half of your body. Just let it all go. Squeeze the anchor points. Squeeze the anchor points and sit up straight. Remember, you don't have to squeeze these really tightly. Just squeeze the anchor points. And breathe into your body and breathe love for yourself. Really breathe deep, amazing love. Maybe you say a mantra. And drop this energy all the way through the central channel into the ground beneath you. Drop it in at where you're sitting, just right down into the core of the earth, and release your anchor points. Let them go. Stay in the core. Breathe in. Dropping everything. This feels so good. Feel it. Feel it. Breathe into the central channel. And now tighten your anchor points again. Just tighten them up. Tighten them all the way, just for grins and giggles. And then loosen them. Halfway down, another quarter. Just soften them. Breathe up and down that channel. Breathe up and down, up and down. Drop in, drop through. And let it go. Let it go through the bottoms of your feet and breathe it in again. Feel the waterfall of loving support fall through. Feel it fall through your body with every step. This is a free exercise that you can do any place, anytime, to get the tension out of your body, to feel yourself in that central channel, in the core of your body. So let's do it one more time, but this time I want you to really tell yourself, I love you, and say your name. So anchor points, tighten, tighten, tighten. Breathe into that central channel. Release the anchor points by a half. Release them by a fourth. And breathe up and down that channel. Feel the waterfall of love. Tell yourself you love yourself. Breathe it in. Let it all go. Breathe it in. Let's do it one more time. And ask yourself, what would happen if I really, truly loved and adored myself? Visualize that. Get it in your brain. Keep breathing it in. Know that those anchor points can be loose. Breathe it in. And let it go. Notice how good you feel. Breathe it in. And let it go. Open your eyes when you're ready. How does everyone feel? Oh, Gisella's going to share. Can you guys hear? Okay. I don't know what's wrong. Is that blue light on? All right. I don't know what's going on, but, oh, you know what? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay, good. So, yeah, maybe it's just too far away. Mhm. Just pain that you've had, like you had when you walked in the door? Or, okay. Mhm. Right. So here's what happens. This is energy codes. We did the mortar march, but it clears everything in our body. But it's more like gaps. There's stuck gaps in our body. The Energy Code's my favorite book in the whole wide world. I have my copy right there. But it clears those gaps. And they're not blocks. We call them blocks, but they're not blocks. They are where you have shut down in your body, where you've gone through trauma, where you've gone through things in your life that you didn't want to deal with. You just kind of created a gap so you didn't have to deal with whatever it was. And then the aches and pains are there. But when you bring breath and energy to those places, things don't hurt anymore. It's pretty amazing. So what I would like you to do, if you choose, part of your play work, and I'm going to record this for you, is to do that several times a day with your affirmations. And probably tomorrow, the next day, I'm going to get you a 300 limiting beliefs. And I'm going to have you go through it in the next 2 weeks and check off your limiting beliefs, whatever just resonates with you as a limiting belief. And we're going to do something really fun with it when we meet in 2 weeks. Yeah, so this is manifesting. You're manifesting your ideal body and your ideal life. It's throwing out the negative thought patterns and bringing in more and more love. Like I said, love is the universal antidote. Why I talk about it so much, because it healed me and I know it can heal you. And if you were a little girl and someone talked to you mean, nasty, crappy, how does that make you feel? Right, which is good. We're adults. We can talk back. And when we were kids, we didn't have that ability. So these gaps in our bodies got developed and they manifested as adults. You still have those gaps. Remember last time we talked about that we have the cognitive brain and then we have the subconscious brain. But when we go through a trauma, there is a trap door in the center that shuts down before the subconscious brain gets the message that everything's okay. So you go through life and you say, oh, everything's okay. But your subconscious brain is still on high alert. And that subconscious brain is still running like it's a monster or a maniac or a saber-toothed tiger is chasing it. And you're getting illness and disease in your body. So we have to breathe and open up those channels to unlock them. And she just wrote this book I never used to teach this stuff, but it's that powerful. I had to bring it into this practice. It is so, so powerful. Anybody else, did you feel great after you did that drop in, drop through? Christelle, how did you feel after you did it?
Yeah, I felt really good.
Is that something you could do daily?
I can do my best.
Yeah, great. So here's the deal. I give you a lot. So let's talk about how you use these practices. So central channel breathing, first thing in the morning. Yeah, you're in bed, you're laying there. You wake up 10 minutes early. You lock your anchor points and you breathe in the central channel, saying your mantras or telling yourself you love you. Then you hop out of bed, you look in the mirror for 30 seconds. And the funny thing is, I used to do this all the time, but when I first started, I still do it every day. But when I started, it was really interesting because I thought 30 seconds was a real short period of time, but when I actually timed it, now I do it with Alexa, it's a long time. It's a long time. But when you're doing your I love you and you're saying your name, I want you to breathe it in your body. I love you. Feel it in your body. Love is the universal antidote. When you do this every day for a while, what happens is your body just starts feeling really good all the time.
I've been doing
Yes.
some
Uh-huh.
naked one.
Oh, cool. Wow, you're brave. Well, now you're looking good. Yeah, cool.
Oh, I ended up,
Yeah.
and it's really but it's like, okay, I'm gonna wear something. It's just like fun. But yeah, it's like you can't go to that.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
It's like
You get yourself back, but this breathing is amazing. So we're gonna do another, yeah. Well, it is, it's everything combined. So go ahead and sit back down and we're gonna do another breathing exercise. So I want you to incorporate these as you see fit. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes and notice. After you did the last one, it may be hard to notice your negative thought patterns. So imagine when the last time was that you said something negative to yourself, and just feel that negative thought pattern in your body. Really feel it and see where it lives. Where is it living in your body? Where is the negative thought pattern coming up for you? And take one hand and place it on the place where the negative thought pattern is. Breathe into that place and stop the spiral of the negative pattern by repeating this affirmation. I choose to see peace instead of this. I choose to see peace instead of this. And now breathe long and deep and repeat your affirmation, and we're going to do it for 1 minute. I choose to see peace instead of this. So we're not going all the way to love. I mean, you can, but a lot of people are uncomfortable with that. So it's great to say, I choose to see peace instead of that. And you have about 30 seconds. I choose to see peace instead of this. I choose to see peace instead of this. About 15 more seconds. Consciously choose the new thought. Raise your vibration. Raise that vibration. Clear your mental blocks. And then we're going to talk about the feeling chart. Because so often, keep breathing, keep your hands where they are. Notice, I choose peace instead of this. Instead of, we can't go from the bottom of the feeling chart, and you guys got this in the first module, which is despair, dispowerment, grief, depression, and hopelessness. We can't take that instantly to love, joy, passion, freedom, and your highest excitement. So keep breathing in that channel. Drop your mantra and notice where you are. And I'm just going to read these to you. Bring yourself to your high vibe frequency, but stay where you are. Keep breathing in the central channel and notice despair, disempowerment, grief, depression, hopelessness. Feel those feelings where you're feeling this. And now bring yourself up a notch. Bring yourself to sadness, abandoned, ashamed, anxiety, unloved. Okay, now breathe into anger, rage, revenge, hatred, fear. Believe it or not, you're up-leveling your vibration. So just breathe into those. Breathe up. Breathe into worry, pessimism, frustration, impatience, and irritation. All right, so we're going into neutrality. Breathe into doubtful, insecurity, lonely, rejection, disappointment. Breathe those feelings in. Feel the emotions. You're just raising your vibration. And then go into the quiet center of stillness. And just feel yourself kind of neutral. And now you're going to love these. Bring yourself to hopeful. Accept that part of you that you're holding. Bring yourself to faith that it's going to be okay. Bring yourself to encouragement. Maybe smile. Keep breathing in that central channel. Give yourself a positive attitude. You're just uplifting that frequency. Bring yourself to empowered. Know you're worthy. Know you're eager to start the day. Ease, lighthearted. Feel those feelings inside of you. Keep bringing it up. It's getting better. Bring yourself to inspired confidence. Bring yourself to responsible. Open your heart. Bring yourself to serene and peaceful. Keep going. Bring yourself to happiness, gratitude. Ooh, gratitude. Be grateful for whatever ails you, any negativity, because it's teaching you to feel good about you. Give yourself compassion. Keep breathing in that central channel. Courage. Give yourself a spiritual connection. Feel it. And now we're going into freedom, your highest excitement. Really get those feelings in your body. Love, joy, passion. Feel it, feel it, feel it. Take a nice deep breath in and bring yourself back. Do you feel vibrating? A little? So what I used was the chart, the feelings chart, the vibrational emotional scale. And you can do this. This is still,
Yeah, but
are you using it? Cool. Well, I could do a meditation around it. Would you guys like a meditation around the vibrational emotional scale?
Sure.
Great. And I realized, David, you got off the hook. We didn't hear from your successes. What successes are you experiencing?
Oh, I'm not on the hook. Okay.
Nope.
Success. I don't know if I really call this much of a, I guess it's a success. Is, it's the holidays, so you're going to see family, and my dad, he orders a meal from Marie Calendar, so it's going to be, let's say, not much there's on our list, right? So it's kind of like, okay, how are we going to deal with this? So we actually brought along a bunch of dishes from Urban Plates, and we just kind of integrated that in to the serving table. And then that way everybody kind of had their choice, and we would have, the salmon and the chicken and things from Urban Plates rather than, the Marie Calendar stuff. And yet everything was still fine. Nobody went like, oh, what's that? Or in fact, if anything, people were like, what you got over there?
Yeah. No matter where I go, whenever I get invited to a dinner party, I always bring my own food.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody questions it.
Brilliant. And I went to a dinner.
Uh-huh.
I was sicker than a dog.
I bet you were sicker than a dog. There's so much junk and crap. So in school, I had an assignment where I had to judge pot pies. I judged banquet, Marie Callender's, and then a natural like Amy's pot pie, right? And I had to define all the ingredients, write down and put definitions of what the ingredients were. Oh my God, the Marie Callender's was just a tiny cut above the banquet, which was pretty bad. chemicals and stuff you wouldn't want to eat. But yeah, it's amazing what they put in their food. So good for you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
you
hearing this.
open up.
Wait.
You open up a container like
Dave.
salmon niçoise or some of the chicken plates and things. Like I said, no one's going to put their nose down at it. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good
the
stuff.
And what?
stuff went over really good.
Uh-huh.
But tell Catherine what Dad did for me by not giving, and you,
Oh, yeah.
and you.
Because my dad, he used to give.
He's 88.
He just turned 89 now. Just
Mhm.
going to turn
Yeah,
89
he's
in
gonna turn
2 days.
89.
And so he normally would get like C's candy boxes. That's what we'd receive. And it's just kind of routine. This is what he's done. Boom, boom, boom.
As gifts.
As
to give.
gifts. But instead we got Urban Plates gift certificates.
Yay! So look what you're doing. You are teaching the people in your life that you're not accepting crappy food anymore, and that you are willing to only eat better, and you're upgrading yourself, so you're upgrading the people around you. We think we can't teach people to treat us differently, but it's one of Dr. Phil's favorite sayings. It's not one of my favorite people, but one thing he says is we teach people how to treat us.
Yeah.
And when you tell people around you that things aren't good for you anymore, you get different things. So that's fabulous. I love that. Yeah. Oh.
Did she know what's neat, Kat?
Somebody else is-
Oh, sorry.
What? Oh.
Guys, thank you for sharing that. My experience was on my for like $5 on a meal, but what you guys did was so powerful. It's like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bring my food and bring healthy stuff instead of complaining. That was great.
And I just put it on the table, or if it's not a buffet and they're serving, I just say, I break out in spots if I eat the other food, or gosh, I have food sensitivities, so I need to bring my own food. I love you. I want to spend time with you. But so many people are so afraid to do that. You might hurt someone's feelings, but gosh, it helps your body. So some of the things that we talked about in the first session was to put a bunch of cilantro in your green drink. Who's still drinking green drink? But without cilantro? Okay, great. Perfect. Yeah, if you don't,
I've been
it's,
doing
yeah.
the oregano or, summer
Uh-huh.
carrot. The green one, I just have a hard time. I need to everything.
Good. So you're getting cilantro in. You're getting cilantro in. Cilantro is the best detoxifier. And tonight you're drinking dandelion tea. It is such a good detoxifier.
I
So
have like a buffet of teas
cool.
now. Buffet of teas. I know.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah.
It's so healthy and so healing. Keep drinking your teas. So in the first session, you guys learned to keep your food, mood, and poop chart. And we learned to eat mindfully. So can anyone share the best way you're staying with that? And the food, mood, and poop chart, you can do it for about a week, maybe 2. But once you know you're on track, you're actually on track, and you don't need to track it anymore. But does everyone feel like they're eating mindfully, or do you need a refresher on that?
Turn it on.
Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear them? Can you hear Debbie?
No, we cannot.
It's supposed to be blue. Has to be blue.
Can you hear me now?
Barely.
Awesome.
Yes, Debbie.
The main thing for me is I always have 2 drinks at the table. I usually have 2 drinks at the table, and it probably takes me twice as long to eat as my husband's dog. But I'm kind of over it. And then they're always hungry when they're done, and I'm not.
They're always hungry.
And I'm like, Catherine's told me this 100 times, and they still won't listen. They sit on the table, they scrape their food, and they're like, we're still hungry. And I'm like, I'm not, I'm still eating. So, but I always have 2 drinks. Like I'll usually have like tea, or I'll have like I don't know, I made like some juices or a green drink, and then I'll have a glass of water. So I'm always like stopping myself to drink, stopping myself to drink. So that's my.
Around that? Uh-huh. Oh, they can't hear you. So there's 2 rules of thumbs. Gisela said she'll eat a little bit, then she'll go walk around, then she'll come back and eat a little bit. And there's 2 rules of thumbs about the liquid. Some people say your digestive juices can't digest well enough if you're drinking, but you know, it's about listening to your body. So you're going to see a bunch of controversy out there about that. Just listen, listen, listen to your body. Discover. Yeah, so you're doing great. And you're seeing results. You look really good. So, yeah, her hair is really thick. So that's the collagen. It's the collagen. Her knees are feeling so much better. It's the collagen. And how's the breath? Okay. So the central channel is going to really help. If you're doing the central channel like 10 times a day for 2 or 3 minutes, yeah, really. But think about, okay, in the morning you're doing central channel. Let's talk about this because this is really important. 10 minutes of central channel before you get up. You get out you're driving in the car, central channel breathing. You are stopped at a stoplight, central channel breathing. Before you go to bed tonight, central channel breathing. Yeah, 2 3 minutes. You don't have to do it for that long. Just or you're out for a walk. You're in an exercise class, central channel breathing. Wherever you are, you're doing the dishes, central channel breathing. It's going to change the way you feel. But Gisela just said she once in an hour. Don't make it that crazy because after a while it's going to become habit. But if you have a timer and you're trying to figure out once an hour, it gets too systematic and it just for me I get pissed off and then I wouldn't do it. So okay, so we talked about the feeling vibration chart. So the stories, your new story, the story that you're inventing for yourself, the story you're creating for yourself. It's about a visualization. We know when we did the arm exercise that you guys will get in a minute, when we really thought about a car or something we really want and you visualize it, it comes into your life more and more. I know we've all had that experience, right? And so when we visualize our ideal body and our ideal life and what we really want, but I don't want you to play small anymore. I want you to think big. I have a sign up here. It says dream big. Like, what would that be? So I want you to close your eyes. And now we're going to do your ideal body, your ideal life with love, okay? So then you're going to central channel breathe. And like this can be part of your day's central channel breathing. Your visualization. Think about what it is you want for your life. Get into detail about the top #1 thing you want to accomplish with your life and with this class. What's your #1 priority? And I really recommend you only concentrate on one at a time. When you focus on one thing and you get tunnel vision, you really will achieve what you want to achieve. Tighten your anchor points, but not entirely. Just loosely tighten your anchor points. Let that central channel breath move up and down. Think of the new story. What's the new story you're creating for your life? What's the new story? Breathe it up and down. Breathe it up and down. See yourself there. Go into detail. What is it that you're creating for yourself? Feel it. Feel it. Really, really feel it. And breathe in your belly. We're going to do a heart coherence breath. Bring that breath up to your heart. Let it spin in your heart. And think of your ideal body and your ideal life. Keep breathing. Feel your body with love. Feel your body with amazing love and this vision of what you really want for your life. Feel the time when you've loved yourself so much, or something or someone. Feel the love in your body and combine it, merge it with your ideal body and your ideal life. Feel that together. Merge those together and central channel breathe. Get really, really happy. Feel it. Where do you want to be on that feeling chart? Where do you want to be? And now think of what having that vision will do for you. What will having that vision, how will it change your life? How will it change your life, subtle or big? What will you be able to experience that you can't experience now when you're in that vision? Breathe it in. Feel it. Feel it. Feeling is healing. The more we can feel it, the more we can be there. Breathe it in. See yourself on a bridge. Any negativity is behind you. It's a shadow. You're walking over that bridge. You're walking to your vision. You're breathing central channel. Go over the bridge. You're making the leap. You see yourself as your ideal body and your ideal life at the very end of this bridge. You jump in to that vision. It's you. You've created it, and it feels so good. Be there with it. Stay with it. It feels so good. You are there. You're seeing yourself. And now, take that new image and everything that is created for you. And at the end of the bridge, there is a beautiful cloud. This cloud is thick and viscous. It will carry you through. See yourself in this vision. Jump onto the cloud. It's like a trampoline. You're floating with the cloud. Float, float, float with the cloud. See yourself there. See yourself doing everything you need to do to live in this vision. Stay with it. Enjoy. Love it. Breathe it into your heart. Love yourself. Love yourself. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Come back into the room. Would anyone like to comment on how good that feels? Debbie and Gisela are saying, wow. How about you, Karen and David? What did you experience?
I don't know. I'm waiting. No.
Right?
I have the strangest thoughts that sometimes come through, and from my past and my work life. Because so many times in this program, I'm thinking of things that are like defined, measurable endpoints, like I don't want my knees to hurt, or I want to release some weight, or things like that. But one of the metrics that we had at work, we called it A sub O, and that meant availability. And if you had like a fleet of airplanes at any given moment, how many of those are ready to go versus down for maintenance or something like that? So I'm sitting there thinking not so much on I want my knees to not bother me or anything else. It's like my physical A sub O, my physical availability is it's almost like an affirmation. I want my body, this is the endless path that we're on, my body to be at a high level of availability to be able to do whatever I want to do, whenever I need to do it or want to do it. And for some reason, this meditation, that's what was kind of coming to me of not so much these little endpoints, as important as they are, but just my whole being having a higher level of A sub O and availability to go forth in life and do things.
That is so beautiful. And this is what happens. That's when we go into these meditations, we get in our subconscious mind. And so what you really need starts to bubble up and come out. And it changes the whole game. Because your subconscious mind is opening that top trap door, especially when you central channel breathe. So what I want everyone to do is at least for 5 minutes a day, get into that vision of you. The more you see it, the more you're going to attract it, and the more you're going to bring it in. It sounds so simple, and it's so doable. And it's just consistency. It's practice, practice, practice. And we didn't get here and develop those habits in a day, right? So it takes time. I wish I could say it happens overnight. It doesn't. Yeah.
So it's not about, or this, that, or that. It's really a holistic way of being and feeling, energy-wise, health-wise, strength-wise. It's just like vibrant and healthy.
Vibrant and healthy. So beautiful. So does anyone ever get those? It is hard to come back. And it's a place where I want you to feel like you can be every minute of the day. You're doing dishes. You're doing your work on your computer. Go into that vision. Go into that feeling of being in that vision. The more you stay there in that high vibe frequency, the more you're going to achieve what you want to achieve. So does anyone ever like get down or depressed or just, yeah. So remember the ego eradicator did this. So this is ego, it's our thumb, arms up, wrap your fingers around, and we're only going to do this for 1 minute. And then you're going to push your stomach back and forth. Just pull your stomach back and forth. Try this on for a minute. Imagine that you were depressed, but now imagine that you're totally in love with yourself and you're bringing yourself to that highest vibe frequency on that chart. So if you're down, I want you to look at that chart, see those emotions, really love yourself, and breathe your stomach back and forth. This is really good for good abs too. So hey, it's a bonus. 10 more. And take a deep breath and bring your arms down. So ego eradicator is the best thing to get you out of those negative thoughts. I do this for about 10 to 11 minutes every morning. And it gets me out of the negativity, and then I visualize and bring myself into the new life. I do it. And what's happening is we're going to have a lot more people in this. Everybody go on my website. Oh my God, it's so gorgeous. Penelope is bringing a lot more people into this program. So it's going to be fun. So get ready. They're mostly going to be online. So that's why I'm trying to perfect this. And we're going to get it there. And it's going to be great. So remember that, okay, you did the manifesting meditation. I'm just checking. So when we did the ego eradicator, we did the manifesting meditation where you saw your ideal body and your ideal life. And you're going to have all this in a recap. It's just what we're doing. Really want to talk about water. Is everybody drinking enough water?
Oh, yeah.
Great, great. And the last piece of this is we're going to go over the tapping and the mortar march. So does the tapping that we did with the angels, keep you from overeating? Or have you even tried it on?
No. Do you,
No.
like having a medication, I don't
Yeah.
Okay.
eating.
Well, do you ever have times now, you may not need it, that you want to binge or eat too much, or that's so great.
No, I'm actually,
Mhm. So
in between now.
just for everyone else, in case you are still having cravings that you can't control, I want you to remember the tapping. So basically, in a nutshell, you do have a meditation around it, and I'm going to send a big, long recap email with all the meditations. So I really want you to choose the ones that work better for you. And like I always say, choose the one that you feel like is the hardest, or meets or addresses your hardest challenge, because that's the one you probably need the most. So the meditation, simple, easy. I am just going to take you through the tapping really quickly. There's chocolate in the cupboard, and I want to eat chocolate, and I want it now. And I stop myself. I breathe in. I breathe into my belly, and I ask myself, how old am I right now? And I notice how old I am, because my earliest memory of eating too much chocolate was eating, I was a Girl Scout. I probably did it earlier than that, but I ate too many boxes of Girl Scout cookies, and I had to work off allowance in a month because I ate all those boxes and I had to pay for them. And so they were Thin Mints, and they were my favorite. Now I can't even stand those.
I don't remember.
Yeah. So I see myself as that little girl. I think I was about 8 or 9. And then I go back to that little girl, and I give her lots and lots of love. And I remember her, and I experience that experience while I'm tapping on the points and breathing. Central channel is so good while you're breathing. And you just have to remember to use these tools. And you think of that little girl. And once you tap through it and you feel yourself breathe and kind of release the feeling and that craving, then you feel your adult self jumping into that little girl and comforting her, telling her what she really needed to hear. Because in that situation, my mom got so mad at me. What I really needed to hear was, honey, sweetheart, it's okay. You don't have to, you do have to pay for these, but gosh, we all make mistakes. Let's do something fun. And let's go work off those. Yeah, it was a lot of cookies, okay? So that's what my little girl wanted to hear. And that's what I asked for. I had penance. Yes. So, okay. So we just have a couple, we have 5 more minutes. We have to get through this exercise. So I want you to try on the tapping. And I'm gonna, if you're still craving, do the tapping. Because then the last piece of it, you see those 2 angels coming and engulfing you with beauty. And we're gonna end with the Mortar March, my favorite. Does anybody have any ideas? Because this seems like a lot, but it really isn't. And it's simple, easy. And once you make these exercises a habit, they get easier and easier. So,
I like
yeah, okay, good. Great. I thought it was appropriate. Yeah. What was that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
You know, because I do the other meditation, I'm going to spend time, you know, spending time.
So I want you to get that vision. I love it, Gisela. I want you to get that vision of your ideal body and your ideal life. And oh, by the way, you can do the Mortar March sitting down. You could do the mortar march. Debbie, will you bring me that chair behind you? I'll show you how. So the mortar march is super easy. You just take one foot, and I'm going to show you how to do it sitting down inside a chair. But you can't really see me, so just listen up. You take one foot, you place it up out in front of you. So my right foot is out in front of me, my left foot is back. Opposite arm goes up, and I look up at my hand. Then I tilt my head towards my arm, and I close my right eye. And then I take my hand, this is my lower hand, and I open it up. And Karen, did you have a question?
No.
Okay.
Pardon us.
That's okay, sit down.
The dog has to go out. Sorry.
But your hand is facing out, your palm. And you just sit here and breathe from the bottoms of your feet. You lock all those anchor points, the Mula Bandha, the root lock, the chest.
Which eye is open?
It's
The one opposite the
the
other?
right, the one that isn't tilted towards the arm. And
Okay.
yeah, so then you lock your chest, you lock your chin, your throat, and your third eye. And you want to breathe from the bottom of your feet all the way through your body, through that central channel, up over the top of your head, like a blowhole, back and forth while you tell yourself you love yourself. And visualize that ideal body and that ideal life. And then you do this for about 20 seconds, and you pivot, and you turn the opposite way. But I'm going to show you how you can do it in a chair. So that you guys can keep standing. And all you do, my feet, I'm on the chair. I have one foot behind me, and I'm kind of on the edge of the chair, one leg in front, and I'm doing the mortar march while I'm sitting. So if you don't want to stand up, you don't have to do this standing, or if it's difficult. And then you're closing your opposite eye, you're holding your hands, you're breathing from the bottom of your feet all the way through the top of your head. Breathe it back down, through your feet, up through your top of your head. Just take that vision, tell yourself you love yourself. Take that vision of your ideal body, that image, your ideal life, and breathe. And then switch. And you do that twice. You do it 2 times.
This leg up front.
So it's always, it doesn't matter which leg, but it's opposite leg, opposite arm.
Okay.
So opposite leg,
Then
opposite
eye.
arm.
I see.
And yeah, and then opposite eye. It's the eye that is
The arm.
with the arm that's back is the one that
Is open.
is closed. The arm that's back is the eye that's closed. And that with your head tilted toward the arm that's up, that's the eye that's open. You're looking up at your fingers and you're breathing. But you're not breathing through your fingers. You're breathing from the bottom of your feet, through that central channel, up through the top of your head, and then bring it back down. Just keep breathing. Karen and David, do you want to try this in a chair?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, David took the dog out?
Yeah.
Okay. Keep breathing. And then pivot. Karen, do you get this?
Yeah.
Right on? Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Pivot around one more time. Yeah. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Turn your head. Breathe. Stay with it. Visualize yourself. Visualize yourself. Connect the circuitry. See yourself in that ideal body and that ideal life. And know that it's consistency. Consistency is what's going to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Feel the feeling of unconditional love. being unconditionally loved in the mortar march. Breathe it in. About 4 more breaths. For the arm that's up is the open eye, and the opposite eye is closed. Keep breathing into it. And when you're ready, you can come back to your seat. And we're going to end with the heart coherence breath. We did a little bit of it, but does anyone have anything you want to say about these exercises? Are they weird, freaky? Karen, go for it.
Oh, never mind. I just wanted you to tell all the girls about the ancient Chinese secret that you shared with me against elephant skin.
Oh, you mean the Nivea cream? Yeah. Pretty cool, isn't it? I used it for the bags under my eyes. They're better now, but it's called Nivea firming cream, and you can get it at CVS, and it firms like any cellulite, anything you've got. It just firms it all up. It's so good. I just learned about it. Okay, on YouTube. Yeah. I bet it has a lot of chemicals, but I really don't care. Really? Makes your feet yeah.
You gotta pick.
I had videos to do, and I had to get rid of the bags under my eyes. Anyway, yeah, it was an ancient Chinese secret. Nivea is amazing, and I wouldn't use it every day, but when I have to make videos, it was a lifesaver.
Catherine, let me tell the girls. I was telling Catherine that my stomach was getting some, loose skin on it because I think I'm reducing an anti-inflammatory ing. I'm getting less inflamed. My body is less inflamed because of the foods we're eating. So my skin is getting slightly looser on my stomach, and I was feeling like it was a little elephanty, and Kathy told me about that. Catherine told me about
amazing. Good stuff.
And I put it on my neck.
Yeah.
For 4 days, my neck felt like baby's bottom.
Nice. Well, but seriously, the best thing for crinkly skin is walking. Gisela just said it. So if you're not walking or you're not exercising, I don't push it in this program, but I do advocate it, and I walk every day. So get out there and just even 5 minutes a day, it's amazing. Just get out there and walk, and you're going to get stronger. And when you're doing your walking or whatever exercise you do, central channel breathing. So please report in on GroupMe how you're using these exercises, because I know everybody says to me, oh my gosh, it's a lot. And then you just stop, your brain shuts down. And I want everyone to encourage each other to really start channel breathing. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to learn more about self-love. There's some self-love exercise. I know some of you have gone through the love exercises, but these are going to be blowing you away. There's some new love exercises. And then we're going to learn about joy. We're going to learn about our livers. We're going to learn about our pancreas. And we're going to learn some practical things. But of course, I believe that it's the inner work that really changes us from the inside out. And so you're doing it. I love you all. You're doing fabulous. Keep up the great work. And anybody for any last words?
Happy New Year.
Liana, thanks for staying with us. I know you have a busy schedule with your daughter, so really happy that you're doing it. And I know you're on mute, but we know you're there, and just love having you in this group. So I love having all of you.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say that my 21-year-old and I were doing the exercises. So thank you.
Fabulous! Congratulations. You're going to have more and more of it. So enjoy. Do the ones that are the hardest. They're the ones you need the most. And after a while, they're going to become like habit. They just become habit, and you start doing them every day. It's that subconscious brain that wants to go, you know what? I'm shutting down, and we can't let it. So let's do the heart coherence breath to end. You're going to start your breath at your belly. So pretend like you're breathing from all sides of your belly. Let that breath come into your belly. Just pretend it's a visual. Pretend like your breath is coming in from your belly. Let your belly come out. Let your belly come in. Let your belly come out. Breathe in and let your belly come in. Bring that breath up to the heart. Go through the solar plexus, keeping the belly out. Let the heart spin. Breathing up and down that channel, but really let the heart spin. Breathing deep belly breaths. Letting the breath come in all through the body. Feel that love from your heart. Feel every cell in your body. Love yourself. See what you can do to really support this amazing temple that you live in. Breathe in. Know you're wonderful. Know you're amazing. Know you're special. And there's only one unique, amazing you. And you are worth getting healthy and well. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Love you.
Much.
Thanks. See you in 2 weeks, but keep it. We'll see you on GroupMe, because report in. We want your feedback. You guys
No
help.
hindsight in 2020.
What?
Yes.
No what?
Don't have hindsight in 2020.
Oh yeah, I say it's clarity. 2020 is clarity. That's a good one, Karen. All right. Bye, sweetie. Take care. Love you.
I love you. Bye.